Meet Rawad, a 25-year-old Palestinian refugee living in a camp in northern Lebanon. He's taking part in a media course called Lens on Lebanon, a project started during last summer's war with Israel to help people document what was happening to them. The initiative was started by Diana Allen.
The idea came to me obviously during the war, and I was in the States, and I was really struck by the fact that we weren't really hearing the kind of stories, everyday stories of what was going on in these villages. I thought it would be good to try and start some kind of grassroots media network where we could bring in cameras and where we could provide resources where people living in these communities could represent what was happening to them on their own terms.
Today's exercise is simple. Each person gets a camera to take photos that illustrate their daily lives. And with this wedding march, it didn't take Rawad long to find his perfect shot. Rawad is originally from Nahr al-Bared. He moved here to Badawi camp 6 years ago, leaving behind his family. He says Lens on Lebanon is a way of capturing a time of his life.
With camera, I have something really, I did this, I saw this. Picture can tell a lot of things. I don't have a lot of pictures about my homeland.
So it means a lot to you?
Yes, sure. When I return to my homeland, I'll tell my children, look, I was in Nahr al-Bared camp.
But the photos aren't just a documentation of the participants' lives. They're meant to help them talk about their experiences. For many, it's a form of dealing with the horrors they've seen.
We want them eventually to get to a point where they can write about themselves, but we didn't want them to write about themselves in a very direct way, like about themselves in person. So what we're trying to create with them is a character, a fictional character that carries one thing of each one of them.
In a country which has been devastated by war and internal fighting, the project is also a way for those affected to fight back.
Not everything is the arm. When I film something beautiful about my homeland, this is something about resistance.
And behind the images lie messages of hope. Sherine Tadros, Al Jazeera, Badawi refugee camp, northern Lebanon.